Hello dear student, today in Unit 6 Lesson 1 we are going to talk about full and reduced relative clauses. Let's get started. We have two kinds of clauses, or we can say we have two kinds of relative clauses, which is one of them, or we can say the first one is full relative clauses. Full relative clause is a sentence that we have these relative pronouns who, which, and that. And the second one is reduced or reduced relative pronouns or clauses, is a sentence that we don't have these relative pronouns. We don't have who, which, and that. These relative pronouns who, which, and that can be the subject or an object in the sentence. It means these relative pronouns can function as a subject or an object in the sentence. The first point, if these or the relative pronouns who, which, and that can function as a subject, we cannot remove them. So we call this sentence full relative clauses. These relative pronouns, I mean who, which, and that, became the subject when they followed by a verb. Look at these examples. There are new computers which are. Here we have are, which is verb to be, going to replace the old ones. So in this example, which function as a subject because it's followed by a verb which is are. The second example, there is the manager who bought the new computer. In this example, who, which is relative pronoun, function as a subject because it's followed by a verb which is bought. The second point, if the relative pronouns who, which, and that function as an object, we can remove them. So we call this sentence reduced relative clauses. These relative pronouns became an object when they followed by a noun or a pronoun. Look at this example. The first one, there are the new computers which the manager bought last month. In this example, which is an object, or we can say function as an object because it's followed by a noun, which is the manager. And in this example, we can remove this relative pronoun because it functions as an object. The second example, there is the manager who the company asked to buy the new computers. Also in this example, who function as an object because it's followed by a noun, which is the company. How can we change full relative clause to reduced relative clause? We change full relative clause to reduced relative clause just by removing these pronouns. I mean relative pronouns who, which, and that. Look at this example. The mobile which I have is iPhone. We can remove a relative pronoun which in this example and we can change this sentence from full relative clause to the reduced relative clause. We say the mobile I have is iPhone. We remove which in this example. Another example, the room 150 is the room which we use this year for meeting. And it became room 150 is the room we remove which, we say we use this year for meeting. Let's talk about the relative pronouns more. At the beginning, let me show you when we use these relative pronouns, or we can say using of these relative pronouns who, which, and that. The first one is who is used for people. Look at this example. This is the police who arrested the thief. Because we have police here, which is the people or person, we say who arrested the thief. The second one, a doctor is a person who make ill people better. The second relative pronoun is which. we use which, or we can say which is used for animal and inanimate things. Look at this example. A mobile is a device which we use for communication. Another example, the tool which is used for cutting is knife. Tool which is used for cutting is knife. The third one is that. That is used for people, animal, and inanimate things. Look at these examples. The first one, there are a lot of things that we don't know. He wants to tell you something that is very important. Something that is very important. Another part about the relative pronoun. How can we combine two sentences by using a relative clause or relative pronouns? The first one, it doesn't need to change the place of the sentence when the subject of the first sentence and the second one don't relate to each other. And if the subject of the second sentence relates to the first sentence, we remove it. Look at this example. There are some new books. They are about Kurdish story. In this example, we say we combine these two sentences by using relative pronouns. We say there are some new books which are about Kurdish history. Kurdish history. Because in these two sentences, the subject of the first sentence and the second one are related to each other. That's why when we combine these two sentences, we can remove the subject of the second sentence. As you see in the second example, there are some new books which are, we remove they, which are about Kurdish history. If the subject of the second sentence doesn't relate to the first sentence, we don't remove it. Look at this example. There is a new teacher. I understand him very well. In the first sentence we have there is, and in the second one we have I, which is personal pronoun for the first person. I understand him very well. In these two examples, the subject of the first sentence and in the second one don't relate to each other. That's why we cannot remove the subject in the second sentence when we combine these two sentences by using relative pronouns. We say there is a new teacher. There is a new teacher who I understand him very well. The second point, it needs to change the place of this sentence. When we can change the place of these two sentences by when we combine these two sentences by using relative pronouns. When the subject of the first sentence and the second one related to each other, we can change the position of these two sentences. Look at the form. At the beginning we have the subject of the first sentence, and then we have these relative pronouns, which is who and which, and then we have the second sentence without subject, and then we have the rest of the first sentence. Look at this example. Erdogan is happy. He won a lottery. We can combine these two sentences by using a relative pronoun because the subject of these two sentences related to each other. We can remove the subject in the second sentence, and also we can change the position of these two sentences. We can say Erdogan, who won a lottery, is happy. The summary, what we have learned today. We say relative clause is the part that comes after relative pronouns and give extra information about something or person to the first part of the sentence. And we use these relative pronouns to combine these two sentences, which are who, which, and that. And also here we have examples there's the manager who bought the new computers, and there are the new computers which the manager bought last month. Thanks for your watching and listening. Goodbye.